ginger tea because I'm still a little bit sick. Sick or not, I'm still going to make this video because I felt like doing it today. And I decided that I want to participate in an art challenge. I haven't participated in one yet. And so far that was due to the fact that I dislike most of the art challenges that are around on YouTube. I found one that I think might be very interesting to do because I want to see the results and I get new art supplies. So this video is going to be about the cheap art supply challenge. Cheap art supply challenge. Da, 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 da. And before we start drawing anything, we have to go through the procedure. What did I get for this? I got a few things here. And I've decided to go with the watercolor. I got me these. These are like 3 euros in Germany. Oh, it's already destroyed from the transport. I think that these will not necessarily be bad. Maybe a little bit more transparent than if you would have watercolors with artist pigments in them. I don't know. Of course, I will not use my fancy brushes with these. I also got me the brushes to go with the cheap watercolor. €1.50. I also decided to get me the pencils in the dollar store. I have these. €1.50. Yes, I even went to get the erasers in the dollar store. 2 erasers for €1. This wonderful paper. That was the only paper I could find in the dollar store. There was no paper that was really meant for drawing or painting. So like it feels not very much different than paper you would use for your printer. And I think if the challenge will fail or give me a bad result, it will be because of the paper, because it will be warping and all the stuff. I guess that is the weak point of the challenge. But the whole thing cost me €1.50. And they have 75 pages. Stuff I have here was about 10 euros altogether, more or less. I would say we just simply get started and play around a little bit with these. Let's go. Well, okay. Now that I've already done this challenge and I'm showing you my results and my process, I really have to say that I am very happy that I took this challenge, because it has been a long time since I had such an amount of fun drawing objects. At first, my motive of choice was only because I felt like drawing something very, very simple, so that I'm not challenging too much, because I have absolutely no idea how these watercolors and brushes will react, and to have something to draw really quick. But now I am really impressed how much liberty these colors gave me. They are very good. Like, you're very limited in the colors and also in how you can blend them, but this forces you to think about what you're doing and pause a second before you draw. Also, because I tried to not warp the paper too much, my drawing was very, very slow, so that the paper had time to dry before I used the next color. Like this, the colors didn't mix that much, and the paper stayed more or less flat for such a cheap paper that it is. And I have to admit, I think I'm going to continue using this palette. I'm not sure if they are meant for bigger paintings or similar stuff, but they are very, very suitable for sketching, light drawing, concept art. Also the brushes feel very cheap. So you have seen that the smallest brush was this yellow brush. Yeah, I was able to get a lot of detail, but then again, most of the brushes force you to work a little bit more rough, which is excellent for sketching. I don't know if you see the second drawing I made, the stone knife. I absolutely loved the texture the second brush gave me, the blue one. It was a little bit bigger than the yellow one, but the brushes, they made kind of an irregular stroke, which was very welcome for the stone texture. So I can only encourage you to try this. It wasn't expensive. It took me a day of playing around, and I'm very convinced that this is a media that is suitable for drawing. And I'm very convinced about this. Even if these are only cheap watercolor paints for school kids, they do the trick. So this is the result of the only challenge I have done so far, cheap art supply challenge. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something, maybe you're motivated to participate. It's only fun, it's pure artistic, crafty fun. Just do it. That's nice. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what I do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. I don't want to be sick anymore. I've had enough.